Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Beauty for Ashes Conversations. If you're new here, I'm your host, Rozitta, and I'm excited that you get to join me yet again. Remember, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. And also, if you're listening to me on podcast, that is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, or Amazon Music, be sure to follow us for episodes every week. So together with me on set is Not on Your Face. He calls himself Mr. President. We are going to find out why. But ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Allan Lawrence. Karibu sana, Allan.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you?
I'm well. Thank God.
Amazing.
Yes.
Mr. President, where did that name come from? Are you planning to run for presidency?
Yes, at some point. I'll be the first lawyer president.
The first lawyer president.
Yes.
So you're telling me I have the honor of hosting a future presidential candidate.
By the grace of God.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good to have you. You look amazing.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So before we get on to today's discussion,
Yes.
perhaps you can begin by first of all introducing yourself.
I introduce my...
Yes.
As you've heard, my name is Allan Lawrence. I'm an inspirational speaker, relationship coach, a mentor, and a business person as well. And I love just mentoring personalities. Why? Because I believe 100 years ago, we were not here. 100 years to come, we might not be here. But what will remain is the kind of legacy we leave behind. The goal is for me to die empty.
Oof.
Yes.
Preach.
Yeah.
To die empty.
Yeah.
That explains why you have such a passion to inspire people and
Yes.
to coach people into their greatness,
Yes.
which is a high calling, I believe.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it is.
So, as an icebreaker,
Yes.
what is your morning routine like now that you've said you plan to run for presidency? Let's see, are you preparing right now?
Yeah.
What's your morning routine?
My morning routine, before anything,
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning. The first thing is prayer.
You pray.
I pray. Why? Because, Rozittas, I believe it's not about, we've been taught and we've been cultured that our tithing is all about finances and all those kind of things. I have a culture of at least spending minimum of 2 hours in prayer just to have an intimacy with God. I say that is my tithe for the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
you tithe 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
Because I work 24 hours, I
Yes.
ensure that I tithe to at least 2 hours.
Amazing. And hence, after you pray,
After I pray,
yeah.
at least let me read something.
Oh, you read.
Yeah, I read. At least I read something small. Then, I start my day. I check now, what do I have on my diary, what the undone businesses and all those kind of things. Then I rush to school.
Amazing.
Yeah.
School? What
Yeah.
are you pursuing?
I'm pursuing counseling psychology.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Because the university has not paid me to advertise them.
Yeah. Will not mention. But that's amazing.
Yes.
All right. The next icebreaker.
Yeah.
Would you prefer mornings or nights?
I'm a night person.
You're
I'm
an owl?
Yeah. I work well at night. Yeah.
So you'd rather like work at 2 a.m. than wake up at 4?
By the way, even 4, in most cases, 4 gets me up.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So I work mostly at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, at least although my doctor was telling me that I need to work on that because with due humility, I at least I sleep 2 hours.
You sleep 2 hours?
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Allan, you survive on 2 hours.
To be honest, 2 hours.
Oh my God. Okay, I think I'm siding with your doctor. You need to work.
Yeah, sure.
2 hours every day. I think, all right, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So how do you survive when you have so much to do yet very little sleep?
I don't know how I'm just wired. It's just amazing. By the grace of God. No matter how I try during the day, I never sleep, Rozittas. I never sleep. Like, no matter, even if I try, even if I decide that, during the day, let me dedicate like an hour or so to sleep, I can't.
Hey.
It has just entered my system like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that explains why I sleep so much. Maybe I'm sleeping on
Not
the
really.
behalf of people like you.
Not really. Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yes.
As long as you're healthy, as long as you're accomplishing your goals.
Yeah.
It's all right. So you just recently launched a book,
Yeah.
Success Masterstroke.
Yes.
What is the book about?
Success master strokes. I believe even in the kingdom of God, nothing happens by. As much as I believe in miracles,
Yeah.
life is not governed by miracles alone. It's governed by principles. So, in order for you to become a principality in any area, you go beyond and look at what the principles that can be able to sustain me there. You understand? That is why some of us in this book I've shared the mistakes I've made and the things I feel if we do it in the right way, if we do them, we will be able to accomplish the greatness we desire to function into.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's all about achieving success.
It's all about achieving success.
And how would you define success?
Success is you functioning in your potential.
It's wow, that's deep. Functioning in your potential.
Yes, yes.
So you cannot really say there is a scale that measures success, or is there?
Not really, because I've seen so many people who have completed wrong races successfully. You are trying to do things just because you want to do it, and you think that is being successful rather, and that is not success. You can be position one, and yet let's say position one, and yet the things you've accomplished they are not really that they are not really. If we compare them vis-a-vis your potential, so you need to measure like. Rozittas, yes, you've done excellent, but in comparison to your potential, have you done it properly?
So it's like your position one with 200 marks.
Yeah. Then we are here celebrating. We are celebrating you to your graveside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. That is deep.
Yeah. So there are sometimes that's why I say success is a wild animal. Not unless you tame it, it will tear you apart. So you have to be very much intentional. As much as other people are celebrating you, you need to sit back and reflect. Am I functioning in my potential? Am I unmasking my potential? If at all you are manifesting and working in your potential, then I can say you are successful.
So it's about your potential.
It's about your potential.
Not about what you achieve. It's not the cars, it's not the money, it's not the fame. It's your potential.
Yeah, it's your potential.
Amazing. You have mentioned something that you have committed some mistakes that could have derailed you. What mistakes are those?
My mistakes, at some point, when I was just there thinking that success just comes easy, my friend. Easy to come, easy to go. So immediately after my Form 4, I got a chance to work somewhere. You have the money there, and you're not built up to be able to sustain that. That is when achieving success is so easy, but maintaining is an uphill task. So you realize not unless you build your stamina. That is why at some point you're working, but nothing is coming forth. You're not breaking even. Do not regret. God is preparing you for what He has prepared for you at that particular time. So build your stamina, build your stability at that time. So I believe those are mistakes and all those kind of things really helped me. Na God bado anatusaidia to be able to accommodate and function in my potential. So they formed the baseline. So the mistake number one is I didn't dedicate my time to be able to build them.
You didn't dedicate your time to build yourself.
Yes. Yeah. That is one. Even for us, for our parents, as much as you really want your child to accomplish something, spend time with this child. Your presence there, guide them. You realize that, Rozittas, most of us today, especially with the young people, we are functioning in careers. We are doing things because our parents told us. Why should I say so? For me, when I was growing up, most people were saying, "You look like a priest. Do you know? I ended up in the seminary."
Are you serious?
Yes, I was in the seminary for 2 years.
What?
Yes, I was to be a
I
priest.
did not know.
Yeah, now you know. So why? As
People
much
are
as
calling you that.
Yeah, you get. So you
Yeah.
realize that people will be there telling you some things, and yet it's not intrinsic. So it's as much as we need to be guided in the proper way.
Yeah.
So for me, people will assume that I'm successful, yet I'm just there is a void in me. In that seminary, I was there, but other people are celebrating me. But deep,
You're not in it.
you get.
Yeah.
So for you to be successful, take time, develop the you.
Okay, so when you say develop yourself, is it academically? Is it skill-wise? What exactly do you mean by develop yourself?
Develop yourself in all, just holistically, your character. You know, you are spending habits. You are saving habits. All those kind of things. We need to be all-rounded. As much as you might not be effective in all the aspects, but try so much to develop yourself. Know your strength. Know your weaknesses. Because at some point, Rozita, I can be here. I can cheat you. I'll tell you all those kind of things. But I can never cheat to the man in the mirror. So most of us, we are living a life. We are lying to ourselves.
Yeah, you lie to yourself. So where did you get the courage to say, you know what, the seminary is not working for me. This is not it for me. I gotta go. I gotta quit.
Let me tell you, if we start that way, we will have to do. It's a long story, but
just make it short.
Let me make it very, very, very short.
Yeah.
At some point, I believe when you carry the purpose of God, I believe when God is with you, everything works for good for you.
Yes.
So in the seminary, I got a favor to be a peer to someone very influential. Then this guy was doing some things behind the scene, and it's really tainted his name and also my name. So when things threw out of proportion, now it was chaotic. As much as that time, many people thought I will quit church. Many people thought I will quit even serving in the office. But it really strengthened me. I kept on serving. But at some point, I felt I'm doing this thing for the sake of other people.
To prove
a point.
Yeah.
So I got to a point I was like, no, it's not working for me. So, and you know, sometimes God will push you in a point whereby I became more prayerful. You understand the way our Catholic Church sometimes will operate. So I became more prayerful. I started following men and women of God here and there. And through that, I got a revelation. Through that, God spoke to me that, you know what, this is a path I want you to take. And to confirm that, when I told my parents, they really approved of it.
Oh.
Yeah. And because of time, I cannot even dive deep. At that time, I actually ran away from my home, came to Nairobi. I don't know any person.
You ran away?
Yeah.
Why?
The pressure was too much. People wanted, because I had invested in a number of projects. When, you know, that guy really committed suicide. He died. So people were after me.
Yeah.
People thought that it was a plan. So actually, I came to Nairobi. I was like, I just want to relax. And
start over.
Yeah, start over. So, long story short, that time I was so much depressed. I'm telling you. And the area you feel that you are struggling the most, that is the area of your calling.
Oh.
So, that time, I really struggled with depression. I really struggled a lot of things, Rozittas, I'm telling you. And how God works, the same people who were like fighting me, the same people who were doing all those kind of things, they're the same people these days. They're my clients. They call me Lawrence. They pay my flights. So yeah, basically that was it.
Yeah.
So before God will fill you, he will eventually empty you.
He first of all empties you and then fills you.
So at that time, I lost everything. I lost everything. When people were like, this guy. Actually, for the people who are listening here, they will tell you. They used to call me young millionaire.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I used to live life, I'm telling you. But now, you're doing all those kind of things, but there is a void in you.
Yeah.
You are empty. That is when now you can clearly say success masters trust.
Wow.
Yeah. Trust back from a place of pain.
So you first of all had to find yourself. And when you say that God emptied you first and then began to fill you and led you into your path, is that when you began the journey as a life coach?
Yeah, at some point, yes. Yes. Because many people used to come to me. And that time, you need to understand, as a leader, every leader will confirm this. You'll be leading while bleeding.
Leading while bleeding.
Yes. Whereby now, people are here looking at Rozittas as a source of strength.
Yeah.
And yet, deep within yourself, you are empty. Deep within yourself, you really want someone to be there for you, who cares for the strongest, who prays for the strongest. Many people are dying in silence because we assume that these people, they are okay. People are seeing you in your V8, they think that it's okay. It is a way even you want their attention. Sometimes even people who post on social media and you look at it keenly, these people, they are suffering from something. They literally need your attention. They need someone to talk to. They need a safe space. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So the first mistake you said you did is that you didn't take time to build yourself. Then what was the other mistake?
I really wanted to actually to please people.
You were a people pleaser.
I wanted to be in
Talk to us about that, because out here so many people struggle with people pleasing, and I think I've also been one of those people whereby you want to meet the expectations of every single person. When this one says jump 2 meters high, you jump. When this one says no, you've got to go 5 meters, you jump even higher. So how did you deal with people pleasing? What changed you?
What changed me is at some point, I'll say this. One thing, if you allow people to always praise you, you're going to die the slightest criticism. Because you've given them power over you. They're going to determine your emotions. They're going to determine your next step. So at some point, you just have to be real. Let me use this example. Most of us will go to the salon, we go to the barber shop to shave our hair, to do our hair. Do we do it for ourselves, or we do it because people want to see the motive?
The motive.
Because Rozittas, even you don't see your hair always.
Yeah.
But you're like, let me do it. I look nice. You look nice for who? For others.
Yes.
You need to get to a point and be like, I'm doing this for me. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize your mental health. Prioritize everything you do, provided whatever you are doing is pleasing God.
Yeah.
And your conscience is right. No matter who gets offended, it's just a noise on the market. It's not an easy thing.
What?
Yeah.
So get to a point where you prioritize things for yourself, when you're doing things for yourself. And at what point did you realize you are a people pleaser?
Rozittas, let me tell you, I'll take a flight from point A to point B just for photos. Imagine, that is when that explains to you that that's why these days I do some things I don't post them. Because I'm like, okay, you're doing these things.
Yeah.
Then number two thing is, if you pray enough, you spend time with God enough, there are some things you die to yourself. The reason as to why most of us, especially, and this is a Christian channel, most of us, the reason why we tend to brag a lot, the reason why we tend to want people to approve our moves is because we don't know God. If you know God, God will break you. God will teach you some things. Every now and then, God will remind you that, why are you doing this thing? So the more you pray, I always say, I'm not the best speaker, but by me spending time with God, by me dedicating my time with God, God has enabled me to function in some things that I didn't imagine. Talk of my academic qualification, I don't qualify. There is just a way you spend time with God. God will work on you. Look at the most people who are proud. You look at it keenly, check on their prayer life, is one thing. Because God, there is a way that God will mold you. You can't explain. There's a way God will just engulf you. That's where God calls us to be Christ-like, not like any other Christian. Yeah.
So I should not try to be like you. I should try to be like Christ.
Yeah. Don't inquire about what is Allan saying about my show.
Yeah.
Inquire what is God saying about my show. So most people today, we are even men of God, ministers, singers, every person. We are doing the work of God, but God is no longer with us. It's the saddest thing ever. We need to endeavor to walk with God. Just walk with God. The rest will follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people pleasing, you said right now you're pursuing counseling psychology. Do you think people pleasing is a psychological issue?
Yeah, it is. You look at it from a psychological perspective. It is because there is a void, and repeat, there is a void that needs to be filled. This person is telling you that, you know what, Lawrence, I need help, but you're not. The reason, and many people tend to hide behind this. You know, I'm very humble. The moment you discover you are humble, just know that you're very proud. So the moment you think you're okay, just know that you
You're
need help.
not.
Yeah. So you realize that this person, there is a struggle they're going through, but they're not coming to terms with it. The only way they can be able to deal with it is by them being proud. So pride tends to cover the reality. You understand? So there is a void in them generally that they need help.
They need help. And how did you find your help?
I found my help by, you know, there is a book coming called Rising on the Wings of Mentorship, and I've talked about it well.
Yes.
One, surround yourself with the right networks of people. People who understand your weaknesses, people who understand your strength, and they're able to help you build on your strength, and they're able to even to cover up your weaknesses in a positive way to help you grow. Then the other place is find the right mentors. The right mentors, people who will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. We live in a society whereby we want to be surrounded by people who are always clapping for us.
Yeah.
We want to live in a society whereby people are always celebrating us.
Yeah.
But they're celebrating us in mediocrity. I put up a post the other day and I said, most of our so-called friends, they are there because we are perambulating in mediocrity. Perambulating in mediocrity. Because, you know, they just want to enjoy the comfort of you being stupid. The moment you start being serious about your vision, about your purpose, that is a defining and a redefining moment for you. You begin to lose. You begin to lose some people. But people who are meant for you will stand with you, and they will challenge you to become the better version of yourself.
Yeah.
So one, surround yourself with the right network of people. Two, surround yourself or get a mentor to walk a journey with. But the challenge with us is one, we are not looking for mentors. We are looking for sponsors. We are looking for people to endorse our behavior. We are looking for colleagues. That is why today, Rozita, the reality on the ground is most people who are potential mentors, even you will run away from mentoring my generation because we have high expectations. We think mentorship is someone to keep on clapping for you, telling you that you are doing okay. I always run away from friends and mentors who are always celebrating me because if you are celebrating, every person can celebrate me.
Yeah.
Rozita, today you keep on celebrating me, I'll run away from you. Why? You are limiting my potential.
I'm drawing you into a place of comfort.
Thank you, that's the point. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you said in this book that you share principles of success.
Yeah.
Maybe you can share two.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, one is dedication to assignment.
Dedication to assignment.
You know, most people, it's just like many people today, even the devil himself.
Yeah. Oh, the devil has been mentioned.
Yeah. Trust in the Lord. Every person trusts in the Lord. A few people, even just a few people, know God at a personal level. Why I'm saying so? In line to dedication to assignment, every person has an assignment in life.
Yes.
But the distinction comes at the level of dedication. How dedicated are you towards that thing? Nothing is too difficult.
Yeah.
It's about your dedication to it.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can have the potential, but are you dedicated to achieve that which you want to achieve? Otherwise, you will keep on living a life to be potential.
Yeah.
When will you manifest that potential?
Yes. When will it be kinetic?
Yeah. It's only through your dedication.
Wow.
Dedicate yourself to the assignment that God has given you.
And dedication is not an easy thing.
It's not an easy thing.
It is not. It requires time. It requires energy.
You lose a lot of the so-called friends.
Yeah.
Because that's when earlier on I said somewhere, if you really want to know the people who are around you, start functioning in your purpose, start pursuing your vision. That is when you can be able to align who is meant for you and who is not meant for you.
Yeah. Amazing. One more, just one more.
One more.
Wengine watanunua kitabu.
Wanunue kitabu, si ndio? Determination. Many people, after you dedicate yourself to what, are you determined enough to achieve the success you really want to achieve? Otherwise, you'll keep on giving excuses, and the more you give excuses, the more you grow extinct in the journey of life. So you need to be determined enough, no matter the challenges that will come. They say in Swahili, kelele ya chura haizui ng'ombe kunywa maji.
Yes.
The same way, noise is only noise if you pay close attention to it, if you focus to it. So, are you determined enough, no matter the challenges that will be coming your way? Are you determined to achieve that? Most people will tend to give up on the way because we don't see the bigger picture. And even if we see the bigger picture, we are not determined to achieving that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is just liberating, y'all. That is just liberating. Yeah. Thank you so much. And maybe now as we come to the end, I wish you would continue because it feels like literally everything you're saying is like a point. If I had a notebook, I'd just be writing. Yeah. But perhaps you can share with us a final point with regard to somebody who's in a phase of life where they're still struggling to identify, who do I want to be in life? What's my potential? What path do I want to take? Please talk to that person.
Yeah, to our dear listener and to our dear viewer, one thing you need to understand is always check what are you passionate about, what gives you fulfillment. And after you find what gives you fulfillment, you'll agree with me, you smell like the company you keep. And your company you keep determines who you're going to become tomorrow. So after you have understood your assignment, after you've known your potential, after you've known what you're passionate about, surround yourself, find the proper tribe, find your kind who will be able to help you walk at that journey. Nothing is new under the sun. If you are determined enough to submit under someone, and this person will walk a journey with you, be surrounded with the right kind of personalities.
Yeah.
And by doing so, we meet at the top.
Wow. We meet at the top. Yes. Amazing.
Yeah, where eagles matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Huku chini ni kuku tu.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that enlightening, very short conversation.
Yes.
But I'm so, I've been enlightened and I really appreciate you. So perhaps you can tell us, where can we get this book from? Success Master Strokes.
Okay. Now, Success Master Strokes, we have it at, can I mention?
Yes.
Nuria Bookshop that is in town.
Yeah.
Then, in most cases, we do deliveries. I have a team that will, after you've contacted us, they will deliver the book unto you within 24 hours after you ordered, let's say, out of town. If you're in Nairobi, most definitely you'll get it as soon as possible. You can get in touch with us via 0702 68 67 76. Yeah, that's our number. Or also on Facebook and across all social media.
All right. Which is your social media handles?
Allan Lawrence. Allan Lawrence.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. But you've written so many other books, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, if you want any books by Allan Lawrence, we are going to put contacts in the description box. Reach out to him, and then you can also check out his social media platform for more insights, for more inspiration such as this, and be sure to definitely get a copy of his book. Ata kama you want to get this one, make sure you get a book by Allan Lawrence in your library. Thank you so much, Allan, for your time. I really appreciate you more. Thank you for making time.
Thank you so much.
Asante.
And Rozittas has not given me a copy of her book, by the way, so
I will give you.
I know.
Until next time, I was your host, Rozitta, and my guest, Allan Lawrence. Until next time.
Bye-bye. Ciao.